Yeah, Theolicor walking in to his doom more than likely as Sour Fang once they start off with a Dragon Tail. Not the best spell to start off the laning stage, but it doesn't really matter. As Toby actually jumping onto SH will get the first blood before Theolicor dies. And actually Theolicor doesn't even die, and they lose out the Bounty Rune as well. Oh, catastrophe strikes for Titty Team. The boobs are flat, and it's not really working out for them as Rasuk half HP already. As Frostbite catch. Nande going in for the catch as the Unstable Complexion lets it fly. The Viper could die here, but finally the status quo is back. The Alchemist being gunned down by the Viper and the Assassin. Cliffage. TP will be forced out on SH. As Fly coming around the bend, and now with the Crystal Nova. Toby will let himself freeze under the tower, but it doesn't really matter. The Hawk will dive and will Hawk Tua onto SH. By Frostbite, Theolicor, Toby coming through on to the Pussy Cat as out comes the Tornado. Houdini making the rotation, but he cannot save his Dragon Knight as the Invoker, just like in the anime, will not help out here on the bottom lane. Instead will be sacrificed.
You fought and died with honor.
He will punish the Ancient Apparition for even talking to him. This Fly will steal the kill away from Toby. Dante has been fairly undisturbed throughout this whole event as Rasuk and Cooler cannot get the 5 poison attack stack on top of Nande for the life of them. As out comes the Tornado combo on the mid lane. Supreme looking to be the second victim of Titty Team. Thought Squad will still lose Rasuk, get the Primal Roar off into Houdini's ass as the Ghost Walk will not save you. Down the Dominator, the War Stomping Centaur Conqueror. Grant Toby the kill. There's a 2-for-1 exchange. Dream and Fly make sure of that as Dragon Form will be used on Theolicor along with a Cold Snap. The Pause 1-2 are hiding just next to the outpost. For the EMP, but Supreme easily out dodges it as Theolicor and Fly are looking to join in here. Rasuk will be the first one to be found, but the Scarab will be put down easily. The Tornado, it does nothing. The Supreme keeps up contact with Houdini. Primal Roar on to the AA as Sh will be put to silence, and Houdini will be thrown and slapped around as Invokers tend to be done for. Up to 3 as MOUZ's execution and experience are proving to be effective. The team have the advantage draft and can't not put it to good use in the first 10 minutes, but it ain't over till the fat lady sings or until someone GG's out. By the main same time, standing by, looking for Nixus. But of course, with hold on, with the Spike Carapace used, why isn't it just freezing field on him? Oh wait, there's an Invoker on the enemy team, right? As Fly gets taken care of on the mid lane. Repenting for his mistakes, but at the very same time, his whole team is taking care of Cooler. But the Ice Blast will go through 3 as the Sunstrike finds its true target onto Nande. Eventually, Cooler does die, but not before a Shatter onto Supreme and Nande. Theolicor surviving Ancient Apparition ultimate as Theolicor will get the redemption kill overall. Rasuk. No Carapace to offer, but does have a Mind Flare, so you can just off it on the Bat Rider. And the boys going for the invasion onto the enemy triangle. Will gain the Observer War, but Fly will get popped, as well as the Ice Blast on top of him. This doesn't seem worth it as they lose Cooler and Rasuk in response. The Viper Strike hits onto the Beastmaster, but even that won't grant you any bonus gold or points. Or total, sorry, I'm 3 levels in the lead as Fly will be targeted once again. Supreme, though, dropping the magnetize on 3 of them. Toby managed to dodge out the freezing field as Supreme comes back for another round. As the blade mill, if need be, out comes a lasso onto Sourfang. Toby still hanging out about as Supreme is taking the enemy one by one. Sourfang will get taken out by Toby for die for this whole engagement. But he will continue to farm as Goudini Cooler. They're gonna let the Ice Blast fly onto Fly as Supreme will be surrounded by enemies. Out come the poison attacks. The wild axes are gonna roll. Toby finds his targets. Out comes the lasso onto the Viper, but with the primal roar onto the poison snake, it's gonna be Goudini stuck in a freezing field at the end of this. Your ice wall does nothing to the Wolf of Ice Rack. Nande finding the last remnant kill onto SH. Should be a cakewalk for them against this team as Rasuk, Sourfang, out comes the Ice Block as Nande will actually die for this. This is what constantly should be happening without your 2 heroes dying, to be honest. But overall, you know, Nande, he's like, I'll do the sacrificial play as long as we're getting something. Could even go for the greedy build and get the Agnum Scepter as well, but he goes for the BKB solo instead as Rasuk gets a single kill onto Theolikor, but instantly gets punished by the Magnetize. The rolling boulder will roll to the left and Fly will not get the frostbite off in time. Starfang looking for the turnaround will take out Toby's Aegis, but the cavalry has more than enough time to arrive as Nande come down. SH Sourfang gets the escape off though. Another Tormentor falling into the hands of MOUZ. No harm, no foul was done by to the team. Be caught out here by Rasuk, but Theolikor and Supreme are close at hand. They still might lose Nande here to the next assassin as a nice blast charges through onto 3. That could be an opportunity as Rasuk even tips Nande, by the way. Not that big of a surprise that Goudini is suffering after this game as nice little catch with the Carapace, but turn around after Rasuk. Nande return to tip in kind. The Radiance actually does not send up the ultimate. They find Goudini, lasso Goudini, and take out Goudini as he will disappear just like Houdini. They're trying to go for the return kills on the other side. Toby, Theolikor coming around the bend. They will lose the Batrider, but Cooler will be sent to cool down back to the Radiant Fountain. One-on-one exchange on the top fight as the one-on-one did not result in any kind of casualties. The chase will continue on the mid lane as an Ice Blast ready to connect onto Nande. I believe that was a whiff there as it did not hit anyone. Sourfang on the chase with another dragon form as Rasuk looking to connect onto Nande, but the Triceratops will block off Sourfang. Here comes the Roarer in with the primal roar as Sourfang trying to get the hell out of here with the armlet toggle. Will be successful on that one. They're learning, they're adapting because they don't have fast enough rate. Once again, lane approach change coming around from MOUZ Esports as Viper Strike hits on to the Beastmaster. Nande though, going in deep, not really finding the catch as the freezing field. Oh, nowhere to be found. It's actually the Ice Blast that lands on top of Nande. Pity team. Hunting MOUZ into mistakes as they lose their carry here. There's definitely one they'll remember. You know, ready to form some ties or run over your grandmas as Fly gets run over by Sourfang and Rasuk. Supreme Brings the rolling cylinder over to connect to the Dragon Knight, but Sour Fang looking for the escape. Knowing full well that there is no easy escape for him, even without the BKB. They catch a kill onto Theolicore, as he did have the sense of not using his TP as soon as he popped his BKB. Rolling Boulder, though, will save him the trouble. Exchange kill onto Resuk. I guess Supreme will be happy with that one overall. Right, and say the concoction jump Nande. Keep it base. The ice block is available. It will be going on to Nande. They're using it to break the Aegis. They will be successful on that, but MOUZ with the reaction. The cavalry has arrived. The call of Nande has been heard, as he will walk onto the high ground. No chem rage, but no matter. Supreme with the boulder smack, sending Resuk to the slaughter. The Granite Golem will be happy to munch on some Scarab. Sour Fang, in the meantime, taking his first tier 2 tower on the top lane, but no one really cares about that. We are focusing on the high ground right now, which will lose the tier 3 tower eventually. MOUZ keeping up the pressure as Sour Fang looking for a turnaround, at least some stragglers, at least something he can take for himself, but he doesn't even get Granite Golem as Nande with a BKB up on the high ground. The Ice Blast will whiff him, but it will miss him as Nande goes on the unstable concussion, but it's still raised in the air by the tornado. MOUZ Esports having a bit of trouble closing out these lanes. And they have given enough time for at least Sour Fang to be in this game. Cooler and Gudini still on playing catch-up though, as SH and Resuk, they find a good catch-up to Toby. That is your cash cow to milk, as the Ice Blast will connect through the Beastmaster, but it doesn't really matter, as Lambsford is Laughter at the catch onto Sour Fang. We'll put a dot to the end of the sentence. Let's Fly 1v1ing against the Invoker, and honestly, with the Crystal Maiden 3 levels ahead of Gudini has no right to actually even touch the Crystal Maiden. Out comes the last ditch effort Tornado, but after your team wipe and you're cleaned out, it's time for the end. The Sour Fang taps out the GG 46-19. MOUZ Esports confidently take game number 1, despite being outdrafted and despite the high ground being a little difficult. Toby exudes the pressure, and the rest of the team will have a nice little follow-up. Meanwhile, a bit of approach onto the triangle. Cooler. Oh, go like force. Actually suicidal. I've said it many times, I'll say it again. I don't think Gyrocopter is a suitable position for... If the hero has to be a support, I always prefer it be a 5, but looks like SH and Resuk don't agree with that notion, as Theolicore and Toby will be looking to pick up their first blood on the top lane. Resuk getting abused by Fly on the camera, but it's actually going to happen up top. Getting that combination off against Fly and Nande's Weaver and Ogre Magic is going to be a rough one. Out comes the Hoof Stomp in with the double edge, but there's the turnaround once again with the Fire Blast. Nande will just connect on your ass, and just one right click away from death. Cooler will need to keep his distance. Overall, as long as you can laugh about it, it's a fun thing to happen. As Toby gonna be getting the back rub from Sour Fang, Theolicore shakes it off with the Flame Break. As with the Sticky Napalm charges, he can still slow down and drop on to Sour Fang, but it's actually down bottom this time, where Resuk is gonna get caught out. Where this time did not get off the Hoof Stomp combo. The Deep Observer Award gives all the information that the team need to start jumping on the Dawnbreaker. Once again, out comes the overpowered Starbreaker. Does not shake off the Ursa, as it is going to be the first kill for the team this match. Flame Break abuse coming out from Theolicore, as he will gain the kill onto the Phoenix, but will he get the escape in time? As Sour Fang will use his wand charges to get the overpower and get the double kill on the Pooh Bear. Meanwhile, Supreme does get the kill on to Gudini with a Fissure Crash. maybe foreshadowing that they are gonna make it to the Fisher Playground land eventually. The D word happens in the river, so we know aggression coming out from the current crew as Supreme. Gonna get stunned up by the heat-seeking missile. The 6-minute rune spawning soon. Supreme dodging it left and right. We'll let Fly take care of the rune if it's gonna be on the bottom, but it's actually up top as SH. The haste stream dive did seem like a fun idea at the beginning as the Celestial Hammer does connect onto the bear, but Starfang's still alive. SH finally returns to the lane as he goes in for the Icarus dive. Toby surrounded by 3 of the enemy. Will throw out the Celestial Hammer and get to the low ground, but it's not going to be enough as you burn up in your own Celestial Hammer. Ray. To be fair, he's not denying himself. He just actually, you know, got burned by the fire spirits, but the Olikor and Fly will definitely appreciate the XP. And your 2 supports getting closer and closer to level 6 grants you the better timings as Rasuk and SH will need to rely on their cores and their level 6s. Here comes Supreme in with the Fissure. The Rocket Barrage does not concern him. Indeed, Giant Totem trying to shake off the enemy, waiting for the Enrage to end as Echo Slam is available in just a second. Out comes the Dream Core to hold on to them, but Sourfang be gone. Gudini cannot help the bear as Toby on the chase of SH will slam dunk the Phoenix to death. Gamer mommy be cooking. Worth advantage on TTT's side as huge stats control for taking. Rasuk will get the Echo Slam treatment coming out from the Shaker as with the Rocket Barrage. He still attempts to survive, but with 20 HP and the pink control, Supreme is the faster one with the trigger. Yeah, playing from Uzbekistan to Europe West is not a comfortable thing. The admins could not grant the server change as Toby actually gonna be dying on. Good little dive coming through to the team, but they needed to commit with the Dream Core for that one as well. Gonna stop Fly from the chase, baiting them as fast as possible under the tower. Can they react? Now they have Fly's aggression. Fire Blast coming through along with the Solar Guardian. Toby is here to do the pirouette and the hammer throw as they disengage from the Centaur Warrunner. The Ignite should be enough damage, but Fly at the very same time will more than likely die to the Fire Spirits. He does gain a little bit of blood. Certainly ready as Supreme. Bottling the Invis Rune, they just slammed up the Phoenix before a Supernova happens. For the connection, but Toby is just gonna keep on running as out comes the bear in rage. Ignite will connect as well as Fly will wait for the enrage to end. Out comes the Fire Blast. The connection with the Soul Fire. I was pretty sure that one did not gonna hit as Fly smelts the Ignite. They're not gonna connect onto the egg as they leave Toby behind to die. A good exchange for pause 3. You get the enemy pause 1 as once the egg has fallen. And once the sun is gone, Gudini will be in trouble. Aerial Jount and the disconnect. Nande will try and get the chase off, but without Swarm, it's going to be a tough one. His call down comes up on behind. Fly will go down for this. Come out onto Nande, but Feolikor just jumping over with the blink, lassoing up the puck, and gaining that control. And a slugger kill onto Rasuk in the meantime on the mid lane. Slowly but surely, MOUZ Esports will start taking objectives. Their first tier 1 tower, minute 16. Just at least play a little more reactively rather than aggressive. As soon as I say that, Supreme dives in with the Echo Slam on Rasuk, and they want to continue going to maybe catch out Gudini. Not even thinking, just finding the position. as soon as the smoke breaks. Now the Stampede, the follow-up coming out from Sour Fang. The Solar Guardian lands, but at the very same time, Toby just came to die against the 1v4 lineup. Will be on the run. Phase boots, they're not fast enough, but the Earth Shock is. Sour Fang gives back off to the lane. That's Goudini. That's the connection off on the lane to fly. Cooler and Goudini. Pressure onto the last tier 1 tower they need to take. Great. Look at it right now by the one missile on call down. Their missiles are hitting onto Supreme as Cooler commits onto the Shaker, and they will get the kill on Supreme. Out comes the lasso play on to the puck. The Orchid is paying for health as Cooler and Fly. Their interaction will be stopped by Toby joining in and hitting the Centaur in the horse ass. As Nande takes care of Rest Soup. 3 in exchange for 2. 90 minutes in. To fake off. Yes. But Nande going for the will be unsuccessful. Time lapse out of the pit as Toby giving the vision right now. They could just double down and take care of the bear here as SH with the second ray will try and help out. Resup with the respawn. All of them are going to try and come to this outpost as fast as possible. But Supreme actually not TPing to his outpost. He's just outright running as fast as possible to this team play. The bear does survive as Fang disengages to the bottom lane and to the team. Yes. Echo Slam used on Goudini. Toby ensuring the kill with the Orchid. Goes down. The Ursula will take care of the Tormentor, but at the very same time, the team are losing numbers by the minute. Came on the chase with the Shaker. Enchanted Totem Jump. Toby coming in with a Solar Guardian, trying to help out as much as possible. Out goes the Substance Hammer, onto 2 is Supreme, backing off as the blink back, but no Echo Snap for 45 seconds, so it's going to be Toby's sacrifice they need to pay with for this play. Huge save coming out from him. At the very same time, Theory Core will die, but with the Stampede join in, Fly will fight to his very last breath as he usually does, but it will still be the double kill for Sour Fang. And 3 of the MOUZ Esports side dying. But you previously mentioned Toby can be abused. And here comes Cooler and their soup. Stampede join in on to the Dawnbreaker as the homing missile would have connected in my eyes, but just to make sure Goudini drops in the Dream Coil. Alright. Both fire shields given to him by the Shard. They do find the soup. This kind of standard for position 4s. These warding positions. This does kind of sell that you have a ward here. Genie, once again, we're going to catch the soup. Let's connect. There's no time lapse to use now. As the Solar Guardian comes through, they crash down on Gyrocopter. Nande extremely low. We'll need to go home as Goudini to be found out if they look, but feel like we're way too late. That Supreme and Nande are a little bit suffering in terms of the farm, but Supreme will be glad to pick up a little bit of extra by taking out Goudini. His mid laner backwards a little bit more as Toby and Fly get surrounded by Sour Fang. Fly gets taken care of as Nande is on the run, but the homing missile will be connecting soon enough from the Gyrocopter. A long-range time-lapse backwards as Nande will make them run circles. As soon as the vision is revealed, Supreme will back off in time as Toby also will now be turning into the Hoof Stomp. The longest Celestial Hammer you've ever seen will be pulled back to the team. Get repositioned by Rasup. The other core will die for this. As out came the Echo Slam. They do get Goudini, but Sour Fang protection of the sun. Getting the back and forth movement. Toby will get the map hack off. It's still a 2-for-1 exchange, but now with Supreme just diving away, has the BKB. He needs to keep on the run. The double damage rune is still there. He will run out every time he gets the right click. But as Toby, Nande keep up the connection, they will take out Centaur. Supreme will gladly right click into it. Massive damage. He does massive damage to himself as well, but with Sour Fang not sticking around. Supreme once again gets the connection onto Gudini and an easy catch as well. Just use the Echo to get those kills. Of Supreme puts out the BKB before SH can drop the egg. It will take care of the Phoenix as Supreme, another one for him. Double kill on the Earthshaker. The very same time, Sour Fang does what he did last game, breaks to tier 2 and exudes a bit of pressure. We'll want to stand by for the Tormentor play. Doesn't seem like the right idea as soon as the enemy team shows up. He has no BKB. Actually, he has a BKB. The problem is he has no TP. The Olikor finds Sour Fang. Oh, no. He has the Enrage. It will help him a little bit, but eventually it will run out. With the BKB put back, can he get out of here on time as he will try and damage them down with the Tormentor, but he does not get it, and at the very same time, Sour Fang and Fly will not even have to do a face-off. Toby doesn't even die to all of this. And him stuck behind the Tormentor is such an unfortunate play without the TP. High value as Cooler, Centaur Warner surrounded by 3 of the enemy. As Supreme will be more than happy. Just right click him to death. Nande almost dying to the Retaliate and the Blade Mail. Rasuk. Nande is just confident in using time lapse to his advantage. Fang. Once again, Toby surrounded by enemies. He will pull himself to the lower ground with the Celestial Hammer, but it does not help as Sour Fang instantly on top of him with the blink. They will take over a Wisdom Rune at least. They could claim the Triangle of the Radiant of their own. And Nande and Theolikor, in response, kind of ping out that they can siege on this high ground. Anyone that appears, and including Rasuk, will be an insta-kill for them. But, you previously mentioned Toby can be abused. And here comes Cooler and Rasuk. Stampede joined in on to the Dawnbreakers. The homing missile would have connected in my eyes, but just to make sure, Gudini drops in the Dream Coil. Both fire shields given to him by the Shard. They do find Rasuk. That's kind of standard for position 4s. These warding positions. This does kind of sell that you have a ward here. Once again, we're going to catch Rasuk to connect. There's no time lapse to use now. As the Solar Guardian comes through, they crash down on Gyrocopter. Nande extremely low. Will need to go home as Gudini to be found out if they look, but Theolikor way too late. That Supreme and Nande are a little bit suffering in terms of the farm, but Supreme will be glad to pick up a little bit of extra by taking out Gudini. His mid lane is backwards a little bit more as Toby and Fly get surrounded by Sour Fang. Fly gets taken care of as Nande is on the run, but the homing missile will be connecting soon enough from the Gyrocopter. A long-range time-lapse backwards as Nande will make them run circles. As soon as the vision is revealed, Supreme will back off in time as Toby also will now be turning into the Hoof Stomp. The longest Celestial Hammer you've ever seen will be pulled back to the team. Let's get repositioned by Rasook. Phillycore will die for this. As out came the Echo Slam. They do get Houdini, but Sourfang, under the protection of the sun, is getting the back and forth movement. Toby will get the map hack off. It's still a 2-for-1 exchange, but now with Supreme just diving away, has the BKB. He needs to keep on the run. The double damage rune is still there. He will run out every time he gets the right click. But as Toby, Nande keep up the connection, they will take out Centaur. Supreme will gladly right click into it. Massive damage. He does massive damage to himself as well, but with Sourfang not sticking around. Supreme once again gets the connection onto Gudini and an easy catch as well. Just use the Echo to get those kills. Supreme puts out the BKB before SH can drop the egg. It will take care of the Phoenix as Supreme, another one for him. Double kill on the Earthshaker. At the very same time, Sourfang does what he did last game, breaks to tier 2 and exudes a bit of pressure. We'll want to stand by for the Tormentor play. Doesn't seem like the right idea as soon as the enemy team shows up. He has no BKB. Actually, he has a BKB. The problem is he has no TP. Phillycore finds Sourfang. Oh no. He has the Enrage. It will help him a little bit, but eventually it will run out. With the BKB put back, can he get out of here on time as he will try and damage them down with the Tormentor? But he does not get it, and at the very same time, Sourfang and Fly will not even have to do a face-off. Toby doesn't even die to all of this. And him stuck behind the Tormentor is such an unfortunate play without the TP. High value as Cooler, Centaur Warner surrounded by 3 of the enemy. As Supreme will be more than happy. Just right click him to death. Nande almost dying to the retaliate in the blade mail. Rasook. Nande is just confident in using time lapse to his advantage. Sourfang. Once again, Toby surrounded by enemies. He will pull himself to the lower ground with the Celestial Hammer, but it does not help as Sourfang instantly on top of him with the blink. They will take over a Wisdom Rune at least. They could claim the Triangle of the Radiant of their own. And Nande and Phillycore, in response, kind of ping out that they can siege on this high ground. Anyone that appears, and including Rasook, will be an insta-kill for them. Break, but the existing stack still stick on you as a push back on to Rasook. Out comes the Echo as well. Half HP on the bear as he's extremely tanky due to the Enrage. But with a Supernova take him down, Nande seeing any kind of trouble. He will respawn on his other side. This time lapse was not even spent so far. That one Satanic used all he needed. As the BK being bear will try and go for the escape and will be successful due to the Enrage and the BKB. Solar Guardian to join out on the last one, but it will not connect. They did lose also their spells. Besides the time lapse of Nande, they don't have any of their BKBs anymore. But in return, to the team have nothing to respond with either, except the Enrage on the bear. As soon as Sourfang shows up, they'll back off. Orb just to separate them as the Smoke Up Cavalry is arriving. Cooler has Stampede. All they need is Nande, and Nande only. Out comes the Hoof Stomp and the catch with Sourfang. Nande with the separation though, time lapse. The turnaround. It's just the Aegis. But can the rest of the team arrive on time is rather the question, as he has nothing to return to. He used the time lapse pre-Aegis. Nande with the blunder mistake. That one is gonna hurt. But I don't think Nande was just, you know, most likely on the path of just one more camp, and then I'll transition down to the bottom outer skirts of the map. But to the team, we'll be looking to punish this, at least forcing out a buyback with this one. Meanwhile, their own base is being pressured on the bottom lane, but who really cares? They are cooking on the mid right now, as Fly gets taken care of 84 seconds without their captain, MOUZ Esports. They still are not forcing out the buyback of the play, as Supreme diving in with a double echo slam is cooking. Houdini and Rasuk will go down as Cooler is stuck on this high ground. The Polar Guardian coming out from the Dawnbreaker, but it won't be enough to catch out the bear. Enjoying the Sourfang looking to turn around with a Gun Rage. Supreme, out comes his BKB, but the Supernova, it's a big one. Can they get Sourfang before the sun falls? They'll try, as the right clicks do connect. SH pops out of the egg, but has nowhere to run, as Supreme shuts him down. 93 seconds without the bear, and there's no buybacks onto the team besides Cooler. It was their all-in play to run into the mid, as Nande will shut it down. 45 minutes in, MOUZ Esports are going for your tier 4s. And that will be the end of it, as Rasuk types out the GG. They accept their fate, as Cooler with one last stampede ride will just meme around on the bottom racks. But MOUZ Esports will take the 2-0 victory over to the team. Paper form coming out from Fly and